Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. Oh my, where do I begin? As a small business owner, it can be frustrating to know where to start when it comes to social media for your business. With so many different platforms to choose from, how do you know which ones would be right for your business? If you're going to be spending time and money putting content on them, you want to make sure you're doing it properly to get the results, right? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down the 9 steps you're going to need to create the best social media strategy for your business. Before we get started, I want to make sure you are set up for success, so be sure to click the link below this video to download my free Instagram resource bundle. So before you get started on any new objective or project, the first thing you need to be doing is setting your goals. So what do you want to get out of this? Deciding on these ahead of time will help you to save time and resources, help you to establish the metrics to track your success, and most importantly, make sure you're not producing content for the sake of content. To do this, write a list of everything you want out of your social media marketing activity, and then prioritize them in terms of value for your business. The second thing you're going to need to do is to find your ideal client. Once you have your core objectives decided, you can proceed by finding your audience or ideal client. This is a very important step. Defining who your ideal client is will help you decide on what kind of content to create and what platforms to concentrate on. To learn more about how to create the perfect ideal client, watch my other video linked right here. The third thing you're going to want to do is competitor analysis. So analyzing your competitors' social media is an important and valuable part of your strategy. Since you are most likely after the same audience, it's important to know what they are doing, how it's working, and how you can make your content better. Just to be clear, this doesn't mean stealing their content. It means analyzing their content strategy and improving it by making it your own. Here are some things to look for. What platforms are they most active on? What kind of content do they publish? How much average engagement do they get? What hashtags are they using? What tone of voice do they use in their copy? What are their call to actions? Do they have any special promotions or freebies? Now it's time to decide on your social platforms. So after completing the first 3 steps, you should have a good idea of what platforms your ideal clients hang out on. Although having a presence on all social platforms may seem tempting in the beginning, I urge you to stick to 2 or 3 to make sure you are not spread too thin. Managing your social platforms can be time-consuming, so prioritize the ones that will work for you and focus on creating content for those platforms that will maximize your results. The 5th thing you're going to want to do is set up your brand guidelines. So these should cover all details needed for someone to manage your account. By creating these early on in your strategy, you will make sure that everyone is on the same page. Even if it's just you for now, this will help if you ever decide to hire a social media manager or bring someone onto your team internally. Here are some things you will want to include. Your brand voice. What kind of tone, language do you use in your company? Is it the same for every platform? Do you use emojis in your copy? What kind of hashtags do you want to use and which ones do you want to avoid? How can you interact with your audience? So who is responsible for the messages and comments? Any brand words or topics? So there are probably some things that you don't want your brand to be talking about, so make sure you have those written down as well. Next is your brand colors, your fonts, your logos, where you're getting your brand images from. So the point of these guidelines is to make your audience feel a familiarity with your brand and to create consistency across all of your platforms. By doing this, you will be able to create an audience of loyal fans. The 6th thing you're going to want to do is plan your content. Now, when it comes time to plan out your content, people take in information in 3 different ways. They listen to it, they watch it, or they read it. So think about which category you would feel most comfortable producing and which your ideal client would consume. If you have completed your ideal client persona from the step above, this should be an easier decision. From here, you're going to need to decide what type of content from each of those categories you are going to want to create. For example, say your main platform is Instagram and your ideal client was a 25-year-old girl. You would most likely want to create entertaining and informative images and videos for her to consume on Instagram. The next thing is creating your content calendar. You know the saying, a goal without a plan is just a wish? Well, this is true with your social media content as well. If you don't have a well thought out plan, how do you ever expect to reach your goals? The best way to stay organized and have a plan is to create a content calendar that will help you organize what and when you are posting on each social channel. There are many different tools that you can use to create this, but when you're just starting out, a simple Google Sheets document will work just fine. Number 8 is to schedule your social media. To stay on top of your content calendar without spending time each day posting to each platform, you can use a social media scheduler. There are many great ones on the market today, but I personally like Later for Instagram, Buffer for LinkedIn and Twitter, and for Facebook, I use their native platform to schedule my posts. The 9th thing you're going to want to do is track your analytics. Once you have planned out all of your content and posted on all your social channels, you are going to want to track to see how each post is performing. This will help you see what your audience is responding to, as well as make sure you're on the right track for your goals. So that's it. 9 steps to the best social media strategy. The biggest thing when it comes to your strategy is keeping yourself organized. If you know exactly what you're going to post and what is coming down the pipeline, you can set time aside to create content before the due date approaches. To keep yourself organized, make sure you download my free resource bundle below. Inside, you will find a copy of my own content calendar template. I have tried dozens and dozens of these over the years, and none of them seem to work for me. It took me a long time to create this system and a calendar, so if you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more weekly videos. And if this video inspired you, please share it on your social platform and tag me to let me know what you think.